everybody, welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. You know what I'm finding, Kelsey, is that I'm recognizing that so many people believe that they're on this soul-seeking journey, but they're looking outside of themselves.
It's like they're trying to find a soul, like it's like out there, it's hidden under a rock, and they have to find it. It's like hide and seek.
And I'm not finding it here, so I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to try over there and find it, and maybe I'll find my happiness over there.
Now, maybe I'll go hook up with this person, and they didn't show me my soul, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to remind people that our soul is within us, and it's waking up to that consciousness and waking up to our soul's journey within in every moment.
Yeah, and that it's up to us to look within. That's the secret. That's the secret. You think the secret is law of attraction. The real secret is that everything resides within.
The journey is within. And we recognize, because many people too, they don't understand reality. They don't understand that we're this third dimension and we've got many other dimensions
that are invisible
right here. Yeah. And that our soul is connected to all of those other dimensions. So sometimes our life might not make sense, but it's because we're totally disconnected to those fragmented aspects of ourselves in other dimensions, that when we start seeking within the answers, then all of a sudden all those cells become together and we become whole.
Whole. Like we always are.
Yes.
We just are kind of in our own little dimension that all the other dimensions are unable, we're not really able to see them, so we believe. We believe, exactly, that's the word. We believe that what we see is what we are, when in actuality there's so much more, so much more.
A small part of reality is what we see. Yeah. And when you recognize that, the bigger picture of life, then you allow that process of learning it's developing of the mind, developing of the thoughts, developing of the belief systems.
Yes. Well, in thinking too that, okay, if that is the case where I am just in this one dimension, and knowing now that I have these other selves that are me out in these other realms, the more I'm able to look within, I'm able to connect to those other selves and become whole in this time, this space, on the third dimension, but be able to experience it all.
Exactly.
And that's wondrous.
And the doorway to those invisible worlds, because we're seeking that journey within, connecting to our truth, the spiritual self, but it's the invisible self, so we can't taste and touch, and so we can get confused.
Yes.
Right?
We're so taught to believe that what you see is what you get, and it's like, guess what? Wake up. No, it's actually, there's so much more.
And that doorway to our spirituality is through our imagination. So when we connect to the imagination, and Kelsey and I have been talking about this in practically every show, it's develop the imagination for you, to empower you.
Yeah. And trust is really important too. And that's what I've discovered when I do this, is like in meditations and having my imagination kind of take me to these different realms. But what's different now is that I trust that what I'm seeing, what images are coming up, are actually what is in these other realms. Where before I thought, oh, I'm just making it up. But I've had more experiences to realize now that no, when I actually get an intuitive feeling of something, that is what my truth is. It's just not somewhat acceptable in mainstream society. Is, well, if you don't see it, you don't believe it. So, which is, it's too bad, because I really think that's been an incredible way that I've been able to be able to develop and be able to see my truth. And it's just, now it's inescapable. Like, it's just, that's my truth. It's just what it is. And
believing is seeing. Believing in yourself, believing in your magnificence, then you will see and you will experience your magnificence. And believing in the power of your soul, I tell you, you can totally transform your world and experience more happiness. That's where the happiness is, within your soul.
And if any of what we're talking about is somewhat resistant, like if you're coming up with some resistance, like, well, I'm not sure if I believe it or not, then one thing that you can do is just consider it. You know, nothing that anyone can say will cause you to lose your belief. If anything, if you just set your belief aside and say, hey, I'll think about it. It's thought-provoking. Let me take a look at it.
Check it out.
Check it out. What's really interesting is that when you kind of shift your perspective that way, really interesting coincidences will start to occur. You may have some pretty vivid dreams that are kind of really symbolic with maybe what's going on in your life, and that's where it's starting to happen. It's like, ooh, yes. they're interested, they're looking. Now all of a sudden the magic will start to happen.
And that's waking up.
It's waking up, yeah.
Waking up to the truth and waking up to who you really are. And I want to remind everyone that we can get so caught up in that darkness, in that fearful world out there, because, you know, there's a lot of crime and, you know, there's just a lot of things that we would not wish upon anyone. Yeah. But we do live in a fear-based world, and it's recognized, and everyone's playing out what they need to play out to connect to deeper parts of their soul and to connect to deeper parts of themselves. So it's all happening for a reason. And it's remembering, and Kelsey said this prior to the show taping today, that there's so many people caught up in the idea that their soul can be sold to the devil.
Yeah.
No, that is so untrue.
Yeah, it's always within us.
Exactly.
One of the things that can be started on a day-to-day basis, which we've always mentioned before, is meditating.
Yes.
You know, it's a really easy gateway into all of this, and using the imagination and being able to just sit with your own thoughts and just sit with yourself and being able to explore what kind of what your imagination does. Just think of one topic and just let it go sometimes, and it's just allowing that time and space for yourself to be able to give yourself the process to unfold.
Definitely. And it's when you're in that meditation too, you're connecting to energy, and the energy is you can connect to either the uncomfortable energy within your body or the discomfort that you're feeling, and just stay with it. Whether you're feeling comfortable or uncomfortable, doesn't matter. Just stay with that energy, because you have the power to transmute any uncomfortable energy so that you are eventually feeling comfortable, because that means you're moving through the resistance. You're moving through lower ideas into higher ideas.
And in just knowing that our belief system can sometimes be the limiting part of our lives, and so choosing to change our beliefs or just take a look at someone else's life and change your perspective of life is what really will create change.
Yes,
and it's change.
It's creating those empowering beliefs for yourself, knowing that you are magnificent, knowing that you are an amazing human being, and that you can create any reality that you so choose.
So one person can change the world, and it's a concept that I'm experiencing more and more. It's like, yeah, I get we are all connected, and my change of thought, empowering myself, empowers all those immediately around me, who therefore empower others around them, etc., etc. It's a ripple effect. And so the change always starts with ourselves.
Love it.
Love it.
Fly high.
Fly high, baby. Namaste.
Namaste.